Have you ever felt as though you were trapped at the bottom of a deep well of circumstance, despair, or betrayal? Have you ever felt the cold, hard dirt of criticism, failure, and dismissal being thrown down upon you, threatening to bury you alive? In these defining moments of struggle, we are faced with a fundamental choice. Do we succumb to the weight and allow ourselves to be buried? Or do we find a way to use the very dirt meant to entomb us as the foundation for our ascent? A timeless parable of an old donkey offers a profound answer, revealing a powerful truth about resilience, self-worth, and the alchemy of turning obstacles into opportunities. The story begins with a farmer and his loyal donkey. For years, the donkey had served his master faithfully, its back carrying the burdens of the farm and the weight of the farmer's livelihood. But time is an unforgiving force, and the donkey grew old and weak. Deemed no longer useful, it was left to wander the fields. One day, it accidentally fell into a deep, abandoned well. Trapped and terrified, its cries of distress brought the farmer and his neighbors, but their frantic rescue efforts proved futile. Faced with a seemingly impossible situation and a useless animal, the farmer made a pragmatic, yet heart-wrenching decision to put the donkey out of its misery by burying it alive. As the first shovels of dirt rained down, the donkey felt a terror pierced by the sharp sting of betrayal. The master it had served its entire life was now its executioner. Despair washed over it, yet, as the dirt continued to fall, a spark of defiance ignited within the old animal. Instead of letting the dirt bury it, the donkey did something remarkable. With each shovel load that landed on its back, it shook the dirt off and stamped it down, creating a solid platform beneath its feet. Shake and step, the very substance intended to be its grave became its ladder. Slowly but surely, the rising mound of earth lifted the donkey higher and higher, until it could gracefully step out of the well and walk away, never looking back. This simple tale is a powerful metaphor for the human condition. The well represents any state of entrapment we might face: a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, crippling debt, or the mental prison of depression and self-doubt. The dirt being thrown from above symbolizes the adversities, judgments, and failures that life and other people cast upon us. The farmer's decision is the ultimate embodiment of being written off, of being told you are too old, too weak, or too broken to be saved. The donkey's response demonstrates a profound psychological principle known as post-traumatic growth. This concept posits that people who endure psychological struggle following adversity can often experience positive growth afterward. They don't just bounce back, they bounce forward, emerging stronger and with a deeper appreciation for life. The donkey did not just survive, it engineered its own salvation by fundamentally reframing its problem. It transformed the means of its destruction into the instrument of its liberation. This pattern is not confined to fables. It is mirrored in the lives of countless individuals who have built empires from the rubble of their failures. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling. Before she created the magical world of Harry Potter, she was living in her own deep well. A recently divorced, single mother living on state benefits, she was battling clinical depression and has described herself during that time as the biggest failure I knew. The dirt of poverty, rejection, and hopelessness was being shoveled on her daily. Yet, instead of being buried by it, she shook it off and stepped up. She channeled her pain and fear into her writing, creating a world that would become a refuge for millions. Each of the 12 rejection letters she received from publishers was another shovel of dirt. But with each one, she shook it off and continued to believe in her own worth. The story's conclusion is perhaps its most vital lesson. The donkey, upon freeing itself, gives its former master a final look not of anger, but of understanding, and walks away. This is not an act of revenge, but of profound self-respect. It teaches us that part of overcoming adversity is having the wisdom and courage to walk away from the people and situations that devalue us. The greatest betrayal is not when others give up on you, but when you give up on yourself in response. The donkey's final journey into the sunset is a declaration of its own intrinsic worth, independent of its master's valuation. Ultimately, the parable of the old donkey challenges us to redefine our relationship with hardship. It urges us to see our problems not as pits to be trapped in, but as raw materials from which to build our escape. The next time life throws dirt on you, remember the choice of the old donkey. You can stand still and be buried by the weight of it all, or you can shake it off, stamp it down, and begin the arduous but liberating process of stepping up, one layer at a time, toward the light.